Welcome to Talk Smart English Podcast, where we help you speak English with confidence, one day at a time. Today is day 4 of...
Have you ever noticed that you know the English words, you understand English videos, and you can even read English without much difficulty? But the moment someone asks you a simple question in English, your mind suddenly goes completely blank. You know the answer, but you just can't say it quickly. If this happens to you, don't worry, because today we're going to fix one of the biggest reasons why English learners struggle to speak fluently. Welcome back to Talk Smart English Podcast, and welcome to day 4 of our 30-day English Fluency Challenge. I'm your host, Liba, and as always, I'm here with my amazing co-host, Jack.
So take a deep breath, get ready to speak along with us, and remember, this is a safe place to learn. Don't worry about making mistakes because every mistake is another step toward fluency. Let's begin day 4 of the 30-day English Fluency Challenge and train our brains to think faster, speak naturally, and enjoy the journey of becoming confident English speakers.
So, Jack, let me ask you something that almost every English learner has experienced at least once. Why do we speak so slowly, even after spending months or sometimes years learning English? Many people know hundreds of English words. They've studied grammar, watched English movies, and even completed online courses, yet when someone asks them a simple question like, "How was your day?" they suddenly become silent for several seconds. Why does this happen?
That's a fantastic question, Liba, and the answer is actually much simpler than most people think. The biggest problem isn't grammar, vocabulary, or even pronunciation. The real problem is that most learners try to translate every single sentence from their native language into English before they speak. Their brain follows a long process. First, they think of the answer in their own language, then they search for the English words, then they worry about grammar, and finally they try to say the sentence. By the time they're ready to speak, the conversation has already moved on.
Exactly. And that's why so many learners feel frustrated. They think, maybe my English isn't good enough, but that's usually not true. The real issue is that they're making their brain do too much work. Imagine if every time you wanted to answer a question, you had to solve a puzzle before speaking. Of course, your response would be slow. That's exactly what happens when you translate every thought instead of thinking directly in English.
And here's something encouraging for everyone listening today. Every fluent English speaker started somewhere. Nobody begins by speaking quickly and perfectly. Fluency isn't about using difficult vocabulary or long, complicated sentences. It's about responding naturally with the English you already know. A simple answer spoken confidently is always better than a perfect sentence that takes 20 seconds to create.
That's such an important point, Jack. So if you've ever felt embarrassed because you needed extra time to answer in English, don't lose confidence. You're not a bad English learner. You've just been practicing the wrong habit. The good news is that habits can be changed, and today's challenge is designed to help you replace the habit of translating with the habit of thinking and responding directly in English. That's one of the biggest steps toward becoming a fluent speaker.
Now it's time for today's most important lesson, and if you remember just one thing from this entire episode, let it be this. Stop translating and start responding. It sounds simple, but this one habit can completely change the way you speak English. Many learners believe they need to know thousands of words before they can become fluent, but that's not true. What you really need is the confidence to use the English you already know. Instead of searching for the perfect sentence, train yourself to give a quick and simple answer. Remember, communication is always more important than perfection. I completely agree, Liba. Let me give everyone a simple example. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you have for breakfast?" Many learners immediately start thinking in their native language. They create the answer there, translate every word into English, check the grammar in their minds, and only then begin speaking. That's a slow and stressful process, but fluent speakers don't do that. They think directly in English and simply say, "I had eggs and bread," or "I skipped breakfast today." The answer is short, clear, and natural, and that's exactly what real conversations sound like.
That's a perfect example. Another mistake many learners make is believing that every sentence has to sound advanced or impressive. But in everyday conversations, native speakers often use very simple English. They don't try to use difficult words just to sound intelligent. They focus on expressing their ideas clearly. So don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. If you know a simple word, use it. If you know a short sentence, say it confidently. Every time you respond quickly, you're training your brain to think in English instead of translating.
Here's another tip that can make a huge difference. Give yourself a 3-second rule. When someone asks you a question in English, don't stay silent while searching for the perfect answer. Try to respond within 3 seconds, even if your answer is very simple. For example, if someone asks, like, what's your favorite season? Don't spend 20 seconds thinking. Just say, I like winter because it's cool, or my favorite season is spring. The faster you respond, the stronger your English thinking habit becomes.
Exactly, Jack. Speaking English is like exercising a muscle. The more you practice responding quickly, the stronger and faster your brain becomes. At first, it might feel a little uncomfortable, and that's completely normal. But if you practice every day, you'll notice something amazing. You'll stop translating, your confidence will grow, and your English will begin to sound smoother and more natural. That's the goal of today's lesson, and by the end of this episode, you'll have a practical exercise to help you build this habit every single day. Now it's time for the most exciting part of today's episode, the speaking practice. Everyone listening, this is your chance to train your brain in real time. Don't just listen to us. I want you to participate. If you're at home, say your answers out loud. If you're driving or walking, you can answer quietly in your mind, but try to respond as quickly as possible. Remember today's rule, don't translate, just respond. Your answer doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be quick, simple, and natural.
That's right, and to make this exercise even more helpful, I'll show you 2 different ways to answer each question. First, I'll show you the slow way, where many English learners make the mistake of translating everything in their heads. Then I'll show you the fluent way, where the answer comes naturally, using simple English. This will help you understand the difference between thinking too much and speaking naturally.
All right, everyone, here's your first question. What time did you wake up today? Don't overthink it. I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now answer. Maybe you said, I woke up at 7 o'clock, or I woke up at 6:30. That's perfect. You don't need a long explanation. A simple answer is enough.
Now let's look at the difference. The slow way sounds like this. Let me think. How do I say this in English? Woke. Yes, I woke up. That hesitation breaks the flow of the conversation. The fluent way is much easier. I woke up at 7. Short, clear, and confident. That's exactly what we're aiming for.
Great job. Here's your second question. What's your favorite food? Again, don't search for difficult words. Just answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. 3, 2, 1, speak. Maybe you said, my favorite food is pizza, or I love rice and chicken. Excellent. The goal isn't to impress anyone. The goal is to communicate.
Here's another one. What are you doing after this podcast? You might answer, I'm going to study English, I'm going to work, or I'm going to relax at home. Notice how these are simple, everyday sentences. This is the kind of English you use in real life, and practicing these responses every day will make your speaking faster and more natural.
Let's try one last question together. Where would you like to travel in the future and why? Take 3 seconds and answer now. Maybe you said, I'd like to visit Japan because I love the culture, or I want to travel to Canada because it's beautiful. Wonderful. Did you notice something? The more questions you answered, the faster your brain started working. That's exactly how fluency develops. Not by memorizing long grammar rules, but by answering simple questions again and again until English becomes your first response instead of a translated response.
And that's today's practice. You don't need expensive courses or hours of study to improve your speaking. Just spend a few minutes every day asking yourself simple questions and answering them immediately in English. The more you practice this habit, the more natural your conversations will become. One day, you'll realize that you're speaking English without even thinking about translation, and that's the moment you'll know your fluency is growing.
All right, everyone. Now that we've practiced quick responses, it's time for today's official Day 4 Fluency Challenge, and I want you to take this seriously because this is the activity that can create real change in your speaking ability. For the next 10 minutes after this podcast ends, I challenge you to speak only English. Yes, only English. It doesn't matter if your sentences are short, if your grammar isn't perfect, or if you repeat the same words several times. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to keep your brain operating in English without switching back to translation mode.
This challenge is incredibly powerful because it forces your brain to find English words quickly instead of depending on your native language. Let me explain exactly how to do it. Start by looking around your room or wherever you are right now. Describe everything you can see. You can say, "There's a chair next to the table. My phone is on the desk. The weather is hot today." Or, "I am sitting and listening to a podcast." These may sound like simple sentences, but they are exactly the kind of automatic English thinking that fluent speakers use every day.
And here's the most important rule. Do not stop speaking just because you don't know a word. This is where many learners lose confidence. If you forget a word, explain it in another way. For example, if you don't know the word refrigerator, you can say, "The place where I keep cold food." If you forget umbrella, you can say, "The thing I use when it rains." This skill is called circumlocution, and it's one of the secrets that helps fluent speakers continue conversations even when they don't know every word.
I actually use a similar exercise myself, and it helped me become much faster when speaking another language. Sometimes I walk around my house and narrate my actions like a sports commentator. I say things such as, "I'm opening the door," "Now I'm making coffee," "I'm checking my messages," and "I'm getting ready for work." At first, it feels a little funny, but after a few days, your brain starts producing English automatically. And that's exactly the habit we want to build during this 30-day challenge.
So here's your day 4 mission. After this episode, set a timer for 10 minutes and speak only English. Describe your surroundings, your actions, your plans, your memories, and your opinions. Don't pause to translate. Don't open a dictionary every few seconds. Just keep talking. Even if you make 10 mistakes, continue speaking. Remember, fluency is not the absence of mistakes. It's the ability to communicate despite mistakes. And I want everyone listening to promise themselves that they will complete this challenge today. Not tomorrow, not later, but today. Because consistent daily action is what transforms a beginner into a confident English speaker. Before we wrap up today's lesson, let's talk about something that stops thousands of English learners from becoming fluent. Surprisingly, it's not a lack of vocabulary or grammar, it's a lack of confidence. Many people are so afraid of making mistakes that they choose to stay silent. They think, what if I pronounce this word incorrectly? Or, what if my grammar isn't perfect? But here's the truth. Every fluent English speaker has made hundreds, even thousands of mistakes while learning. Mistakes are not a sign that you're failing. They're proof that you're learning and improving.
That's absolutely true, Liba. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes learners make is waiting until they feel ready to speak English. They tell themselves, "I'll start speaking after I learn more grammar," or "I'll practice speaking when my vocabulary is bigger." But that day never comes. The only way to become comfortable speaking English is by speaking English today, exactly as you are. You don't need perfect English to start. You need to start to build better English.
Another common mistake is comparing yourself to other learners. You might watch someone speaking English confidently and think, "I'll never be that good." But remember, you're only seeing their current level, not the months or years of practice behind it. Everyone learns at a different pace, and the only person you should compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday. If you can speak even one sentence more confidently today than you could yesterday, that's real progress, and you should be proud of it.